to our collective attunement reading. This is a general check-in. There will be no timestamps today for the elements because it includes all the elements, all of the groups. This is a check-in of where the collective is struggling, being empowered, what kind of challenges it's being presented with, what kind of spiritual tools we have access to help us, what kind of dragon magic blessings that we have access to, and what kind of lightworker tools we have access to. So I hope you enjoy.
Hello, JC here, High Priestess of 13 Moons Oracle, coming in today on the Gemini new moon cycle. But this is your monthly collective attunement reading with animal spirits, dragon magic, and attunement to universal laws and principles. So I pull cards a little bit ahead of time so that I can premeditate on the cards and really get them, get the energies for you. This is an all elements reading, all signs. Now the reason that we choose from elements is, as you will see in this reading, that there are certain soul lessons that require you to attune to the laws of elements if you want to master them. So if you want to master creativity, for instance, you might be attuning to fire. If you want to master manifestation, you might be attuning to earth. If you want to master mental capacity and bringing spirit and matter together, you might be learning and mastering the elements of air. So it could pertain to your star sign, your sun sign, or it could attain to just some of your personal soul contracts going on for you, and you can intuit what those are, or this reading is going to help you kind of get some direction of that. So to get started, you will see timestamps I've already set the circle, crystal grid, meditated and prayed over the cards, cleanse the space, but you will now hear some loud bells as attunement sounds as we begin. All right, so four corners: north, south, east, west, and the is set by my guides, my particular guides, but they are guides, angels that are really helping the planet right now. So you can lean into them if you feel inclined. Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Isis, and Mary Magdalene. So Mother Mary helps us with our attunement frequency of coming together in community, in love, in self-worth, in loving others as much as ourselves, and meeting people where they're at without diminishing who you are or changing who you are. And Kuan Yin helps us with more of that integration of compassion, of the feminine path unfolding, the feminine expression, returning back to earth in kindness and beauty, without violence, without pain. Isis helps us with so much healing, writing, the sacred mysteries, the sacred waters, the primordial depths from which we came from, and being unafraid to explore all that you are and all the many aspects of who you are. And then Mary Magdalene, she is the divine programmer. She is the integrator. She's sending the light codes and helping you integrate them. She's removing from your field whatever's not serving you, and she's the master programmer, just like the energy work that I do with people. So those are my four guides, my core four. I always work with other guides, angels, ascended masters, and of course everything is just an extension of Creator. There's Creator, who is love, and there's the one creator that guides us all. So let's start with north and east. So north, we have Our Lady of the Sacred Hearth. So this is for all of June. We have that with animal spirit guides. So animal spirit guides, of course, represent aspects of the ecosystem, and their energies as creator created them help us to understand ourselves better and to come in attunement with our environment, with nature, with the harmony of all of life. And so I've always loved animals. If you're a starseed like me and you're found this channel, then you're going to love animals too, and that's going to be part of your guidance. So in the north, Our Lady of Sacred Hearth. This is speaking to you about your home right now. How is your home environment? Is it your sanctuary? Is it your peaceful place? Do you love coming home? Is it clean? Is it nourishing? Is it organized? Are you using everything that's in it? It is time for cleaning. It is time to just fill your space with love. It is a focus on this Gemini new moon to fill your life with love. And the Sacred Hearth is about that. And then it's also about extending love to community. So you might feel guided to volunteer at the food bank. You might feel guided to volunteer at your local hospital or at an animal shelter. And so this is just the time to cultivate all of those feelings of worth and camaraderie and love in your home and create sanctuary. If you need to go home and clear out clutter, clear out junk, go ahead. I love the Marie Kondo, I think her name is Kondo method, where everything in your house needs to fill you with joy. Otherwise, give it to someone else who it'll fill with joy, right? So although I have a smaller space and maybe more stuff than I wanted in this space, everything brings me joy. Everything is useful, and if it's not useful, I try to give it away right away. And that has made my house really warm and really, really cozy, and everything's also set up so I can use it, so that it's efficient. Everything is a home, so I don't lose it. It goes back to the same place, and I just really love that method of organization, so maybe that'll work for somebody out there. Ruling the north corner right now, the spirit animal shadow helper that helps us work through our shadows and integrate the best of our abilities, the best of our skills, is Elephant. Elephant stands for abundance, for royalty, for, again, that community, that coming together, that knowing who you are, standing in your strength, standing in the strength of your tribe. And your tribe doesn't have to be blood. Your tribe might be friends and family that you have collected along the way, or friends that are like family, rather. But Elephant is so strong, so powerful, so majestic, so gentle, so loving. I mean, anything, if pushed, will want to defend itself, right? But the natural nature of an elephant is just absolute majesty and love and kindness and togetherness and leaving no tribe member behind. So how can you become a better contributing member of community? That's what this is asking for you now in June. How can you bring more love to your community? How can you bring more love to your tribe? How can you serve more love in a way that enlightens you and enlivens you and just makes you feel so much energy and does not drain you? How can you give more love to yourself? How can you have more compassion for yourself? How can you show up as your strongest version of you? And then also that ties right back into the hearth, the sacred hearth. Sanctify your home, bless it, like cleanse your space and claim it through an unconditional love, and then ask the earth to rise up crystals to help lock in that grid for you, to help clear that space and keep it centered in love. So these are the energies of the north corner. This is the call for June. For the east, 10 Sisters of Light, and then Elk. So 10 Sisters of Light is all about the connections to the feminine and the matriarch in your life right now. What kind of relationships do you have? Are they supportive? Are they enlivening? Are they predominantly a masculine feeling energy? Is there very much action and solution and firmness and go, go, go? Or is there a feminine tone to it where it's mysterious and sensual and soft and compassionate and beautiful and wild and free and crazy, but in the best ways. If you think of how big and magnificent the ocean is, but how, if it gets stirred up, how dangerous it could be. That's the wildness of the feminine. That's what makes the ocean beautiful. That's what makes the feminine beautiful, is all the mystery. And everyone's been in a womb, as I always say, and the connection to the womb web, this is also referring to. But who are your 10 most supportive female energetics in your life right now? Just try to think of them, try to give them appreciation or thankfulness, even if it's energetically. Maybe you can give them a gift or a card or spend some time with them, but just really bring that gratitude forward. Think of why you're grateful for them. Think of what they bring to your life, what they're teaching you. And think of what kind of energetics you guys build together, how you each make each other stronger and more powerful or more beautiful or more loved, or just a force on this planet, okay? It's gonna be actual blood relatives, blood siblings, and it could be your best friends. Now, if you don't have any of those matriarchal figures, there's a lot of light workers healing and wounds. Everything is evolving right now. So there is a lot of solo souls on the planet that are still finding their soul tribe. This is a call for you to call that in. What kind of matriarchal feminine, divine feminine are you wanting in your world? Are you maybe gapping or missing? And how can you call it in? Can you make a list to the universe and tell the universe what it is you feel like you're needing? Where you feel like you have some need for support, some need for advice, for sisterhood. Maybe some wounds make you feel like you can't trust the feminine. Maybe you're not comfortable in your own femininity, because we all have the masculine and feminine within us. And when they're in balance, when they're in harmony, you are more powerful. You are more effective. You are more organized. You are more concentrated and focused. So how can you bring that into your world? That's what is in our East quadrant right now. Elk. I love that this is paired with Kuan Yin for compassion and the femininity. It's like, how can you find pride in your feminine? I feel the collective as a whole, somewhere along the way, we've lost the plot with masculine and feminine, and it's come out of balance with nature, and everything that's going on right now is trying to rebalance it. All of the gender discussions and identifications and misidentifications with gender, or no identification with gender, all that is nature trying to find a balance, because nature, just like our body, is self-healing. So it is going to naturally try to find a balance. And elk is all about pride. It's like calling on you to say, what kind of pride are you walking with? Are you walking with ego, self-centered pride and superiority? Or can you walk with pride of, you know who you are? You know what you bring to the table. You know that you bring love. You know that you deserve your worth, and you give the best to others. You give kindness and compassion and love, which is in its own a strength, and you can feel proud of that. You can feel proud of the contributions you're making to the life. You can feel proud that you're living your life the way you dream of, the way your heart is calling to you. And none of this is to make you ever feel bad. We should always be approaching, I don't like that word, sorry. We could always be approaching ourselves, and I always recommend to approach ourselves, or the invitation is to approach ourselves with respect, with curiosity. Anything that we deem a weakness, or we get angry at, or causes us angst, is a call to find it and rewrite your story inside as that is a strength. And this is all that elk calls on you. So a really good action exercise for that is you could make a list. What are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? What am I really good at, and where do I maybe find that I'm embarrassed of or ashamed of, or I try not to look at because I just don't feel like I'm good in that area. And then once you have both those lists, go over the weaknesses list, or the shadow side of your list, and start looking at it differently. Start being like, how could this be a strength? How is this bringing something to others? How is this bringing balance to the world? How can I find pride in myself, love myself, forgive myself, or even just accept who I am and know that my soul has a plan and I came down here for a reason. And these challenges, these weaknesses, these, even that word, these perceived weaknesses are actual strengths, and I have them for a reason. So that is east. Okay, so let's look at south and west. Okay, so south, there's only light with swan energy. Like, oh my goodness, you can't even, the pairing of these, when you, like, it's just so beautiful. So there's only light. You are light. You are light. And something I learned a little while ago from my guides and creator was nothing. Okay, so we've heard this before. Okay, maybe you haven't, but love is all that exists. Okay, but we live in polarities of love and fear right now. We've been convinced, or we have decided to believe in fear. Okay, now love cannot exist with fear, and fear cannot exist with love. You're either in one state or the other. And if you really look, I used to say, like, no, that's not true, but if you really look, it is true. And once you start just coming out and you start seeing love, that's what they say in the Course in Miracles, which I'm a teacher of, is your tiny shifts of perception that bring you out of fear back to love is a miracle. Okay, so that is one thing. And love is light to me. Love is light. Light, even though there is good inherent in darkness, and darkness I think has been given a bad rep, but there are the primordial webs and realms of darkness that we came from. So we also emerge from darkness. If you think of a seed, we plant it in dirt and darkness. We can heal in darkness sometimes. If you have any kind of migraines or something, you would know what I'm talking about. But there is good darkness too, so I'm not trying to say anything about darkness being completely bad, because everything at the end of the day is of creator, and it is for growth, even destruction, even chaos, even extreme change. So we are light. There is only light. And what they taught me was that, okay, so say something bad happens, or something we perceive as bad is going on, whether it's from an outside influence or karma, or just something that is in the genetics or the family generational tree, and it just keeps coming up in your life. When you get to creator, that doesn't exist anymore. As soon as you realize that you're light and you're love, and as soon as we go back to where we came from and we complete this soul contract, all of that's rewritten. Creator does not sustain anything that is unreal, and anything that is unreal does not exist. So although we're in this physical realm experiencing this life as a school, so these things are real to us. This pain, these lessons, they feel real to us. They're teaching us something. In the end, once you realize coming back to your own light, they just literally transform. It's as if they never were. They're rewritten, because creator does not sustain what is not real, and only love exists. So in this card, it's asking you, do you know that you're only light? Do you know that you are one? Do you truly live your light? What kind of legacy of love are you living? Now, sometimes, especially for us empaths, our starseeds here, it's hard to be here. It's heavy, it's abrasive, there's a lot of pain here, there's pain addiction, and then in that, the extreme wounded souls here throw their pain at other people, project it onto other people, and that in and of itself can be so painful. But how do you respond to that? Are you taking their bullets? Are you taking on their karma? Are you taking on their projections and their energies? Or do you have strong sovereignty in your field and know that you are worthy of your divine inheritance, your divine identity, and know that you're worthy of love? Know that you are worthy to carry your own, and you don't need to take on other people's burdens. Other people's suffering is not your own. That's come up a lot for June. And that's what this is talking about. We are all one, yes, and we can lean on each other, but you can't give from an empty well. You need to take care of yourself first. You need to understand what's important to you. How do you view life? How do you want it to be treated? What's special to you? And not in a superiority ego way, but in like a heart-centered way of like, this is how I am going to choose to live. And then to be unafraid to bring the light, the bravery, the heart, to bring your authentic expression out to this world and show up that way. And then other people can lean on you. Then you can bring in, you could be a bridge of spirit to the physical and bring in a light tunnel. And that energy of creator will help you help that person in front of you. So there is only light. We are only light. And light is all around us. Prana energy, life force. You can breathe it in. We do this all the time in yoga. You breathe in life force and you energize your chakras. You heal them. It repairs fractures. It brings in new energetics. It brings in light codes. Our whole being is just full of coding. But some of us have forgotten how to see it. Some of that's ancestral. Some of that's past life generated. Some of that's just us shutting down our power because of things that have happened in the past on this planet. But we are all light. We're full of light codes and it's all around us. And we can drink them in or we can choose to ignore them. But we came down here for a purpose and we have all kinds of spiritual tech and all kinds of spiritual help around us that we just need to access. But we have free will, so we have to choose. It will be given to you as per your destiny points in your soul contract, but you also need to claim them. And you can claim them faster by asking, by thinking of it, by asking for it. So there is only light. You are light. It's all around you. And we came with special gifts, and then that brings us into Swan. So Swan energy is all about psychic abilities. It's about seeing your inner beauty and allowing it to be revealed. It's about quiet presence of letting your internal world reveal itself to you and cleaning up what might be in there from wounds or taking on other people's energy, but using your psychic abilities to do that, or your higher self guidance, or the Holy Spirit. It's about connecting to those inner energetics and letting them shine out into the world through your expression, using again the tech and the tools that we were given by Creator. There is programming on this planet that wants to keep us from that, because when you have a bunch of powerful, educated people who love themselves, and those people will just not be violent. They won't want to hurt. When you're in love with yourself, you will not hurt others. Pain. People that are in pain cause pain. Okay, so when you have a bunch of highly functioning people that aren't in that state anymore, you have healthy people. Healthy people don't make much money to the structures, industries, and societies that we have, things we have going on in society today. So Swan is calling on that. Mary Magdalene is helping you find your light and to remember the oneness and to remember who you are, and that you have a right to take up space, that you have a right to have a voice, and that your purpose is needed, that you came down here to serve the world something unique and beautiful and expressive. What is that? What is your heart calling you to do right now? Now, I did a life purpose check-in based on the elements for June, so make sure you check that out, and I'll link it in the video here for you. So let's go into West. So, okay. West. Isis. I have Horus and the Crow. Oh, okay. That's beautiful. I have Horus, awakening divine perception. So again, if we pair this to the light that's awakening and trying to arise within you, and will come out more and more the more that you express it, the more that you seek it, the more that you seek to be one with it and express your destiny codes, your truest purpose, you are awakening your divine perception. Also, the Eye of Horus is just a representation of your golden path. You are blessed right now. You are shining. I believe that's why I've also pulled citrine for our grids this month. Citrine, labradorite, blue celestine. And and then selenite, of course. And then lapis lazuli. But I am just feeling the fire of creativity, of motivation right now. It is there for us. But if you're resisting change, if you're resisting your light, if you're resisting the call for you because maybe you're scared, maybe you're financially scared, maybe you're financially struggling right now because our society doesn't always have the financial structures to support empaths, to support spiritual work. It is coming, and we are the pioneers of it. We are the makers of it. So sit down, get clear about your worth, get clear about what you need, and start to visualize it, especially right before you go to bed, and do it until you believe it. Even if you don't believe it right away, start, and then keep doing that. And ask your guides and angels for help. Anytime that you're struggling to do something that you know will empower you, ask your guides and angels for help. Ask Creator for help. Ask and it is given. Access your tools. Access your light. Access what we came down here to do. Stop holding yourself back. Stop playing small. You have all the tools you need within you. Use your gifts. Use your empathic abilities. Use your clairvoyant abilities. Use your clairaudient abilities. Trust them. Okay? A voice of Creator, a voice of divinity is loving. It's peaceful. It's never going to ask you to hurt yourself or another. So that's how you know you're connecting with your highest divine guides. If you found this reading, you have pure heart, you have love filled in your heart, use that, because that's going to connect you to Creator. We came from love. And that is where Crow comes in. Crow is about magic. It's about seeing magic. It's about knowing magic is around you and being open to it. And not the way that we see it in movies where you wave a wand and something else comes out and magic is just there to cater to our every desire and whim and make our life easier. In some ways that's true, but not the way it's portrayed in movies. Magic does make our life easier. You can play with time. You can call in resources. You can heal things. But true magic is born of love. True magic is transmuting fear to love and helping wake up our brothers and sisters and helping to save our souls from this sleep that society is trying to put us into. So Crow is going to show up now. It's a swan, the elephant, elk. Crow is going to show up to remind you that magic is around you. Are you paying attention? Are you listening? Are you seeing it? And then the Eye of Horus is going to remind you that your sight is going to be opening this month. You are going to have more psychic visions. You are going to have more premonition dreams. Let it open. Nothing is more powerful than love. If you see something that scares you, ask Creator to intervene. Ask for help. Ask for protection. Ask for clearing. Cleanse your house. Seal your house in unconditional love so nothing enters there that you don't invite. So that's our four corners. That's our four pillars. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Elephant is also a sign of abundance. I should say that. So if you have pride in who you are, you're finding your self-worth, you will also be able to call in more abundance, and your psychic abilities, your connection to your higher self, your connection to the Holy Spirit, your connection to the divine realms, to your soul, when you are plugged in, will be guiding you, and you will be able to manifest a lot of things this month. If you're using the energy wisely, you're not resisting it, you are committed to changing your stories. I will not disvalue myself anymore. I will not hold myself back. I will not have doubt and fear. I will not let the erroneous perceptions others have told me about myself determine who I am anymore, or how I choose to move forward, or what actions that I choose to take. Okay, so that's June, your four corners, your foundational pillars: north, south, east, and west. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's move into a couple of things. I want to talk to you about your soul star and your earth star chakra. So I just always use this deck so you know which one I'm referring to. And we also are going to do, so your soul star chakra is a beautiful chakra above your head. It is floating about 100 to 500 feet above your head. and it contains all of your, that's the one we're talking about right now. It contains all of your most pertinent information with your soul. It contains your access points to your Akashic records. It contains your access points to your resources, to your communications with your higher self, to your compass points, to Creator. You can call in energy, you can sustain yourself, you can bring in warmth, you can bring in creativity. There is just so much that when you're plugged into your soul star, you can be bringing in. And then your earth star chakra is below your feet. It's in a beautiful tree root encasement, and it's a beautiful chakra that has life force energy in it, but it's not as infused with your soul's life force. I'll explain this. Your soul star chakra, you feel your soul in there, and your earth star chakra is living life force within it, but it's more like a computer that holds the life force, and it holds all your soul contracts, everything you've scripted to come down here and learn in this incarnation, everything that is challenging you, all of your destiny points that. And when you root down into the earth, I have a rooting video that I can link to this one. You root down into the earth. You let the tendrils of light grow down into the earth. You plug into the earth, but you should also grow your light tendrils down into your earth star chakra, and then you should pull that light codes after the connection to the earth star happens between the tendrils of your essence and the chakra itself. Then you pull up those light codes into your heart, and then you expand your essence, your energy, and that connection from the heart, from your essence up through your crown, and you connect to your soul star, and that is proper rooting. Once you do that, you make sure your auric field is about 5 to 10 feet from you, and you contain it, and you hold it, and you hold it sovereign, and you command your energy field. A lot of us as light workers and healers right now, we just have kind of open fields, and our auras are going way too far out. It's causing for energy leaks. There's other people waking up and having their own kind of psychic flus and psychic things, and if your energy field is way too enlarged and open, you can actually just take in things that aren't supposed to be yours. So you should have a very sovereign field, that you should have a golden egg, your cosmic egg of sanctity around you at all times, so that you can call your energy home when you need. You can own your yeses, own your nos, own your decisions, and really feel like what's right for me and come on my own path, because we still have that oneness in our heart and our wombs. So earth star, soul star, that's why it's important. And let's talk about these for where we're at in the next moon cycle and what universal laws we're aligning to right now. Okay, so through the earth star and the soul star connection through the next cycle. So right now we're in a new moon in Gemini, so it's starting right now. Think it through. So all of the things that I just spoke to you of, the reading that we've already started, you can see that there's a lot of clarity coming in, but it's very much, again, this has come up in June readings, of the brain-heart connection. And now when I say brain, you have a brain in where all medical history tells you have a brain. You also have a brain in your heart, and you also have a brain in your navel. So brain-heart connection, all of those center points, think of them all and access them all, and let them be guided by your heart. Let them be guided by love. The swan, actually, in one of my very first oracle decks, had the most beautiful prayer I used to use all the time. May I listen with my heart and see with my spirit. Like, that's so beautiful. So if you want to take that prayer with you, since we have swan energy in our spread today, that I believe was from Colette Baron Reed. So think it through. Get clear. Tell the universe what you want. Think of the stories that are holding you back. List your limiters, list your dream killers, and get them out of there. Claim your divine inheritance. You are perfect as you are. Can we clean up our behavior? Yes. Can we become more kind? Yes. Can we remove blocks to loves? Yes. But you are great right now, and you're going to become even more. Okay? You are enough right now, and you can grow on that. You can bring in more. You can bring out the best expression of yourself, the best version of everything you are right now. So think it through. Also, don't rush into any hasty decisions. Just let yourself pause before you talk. Don't react, respond. Ask for time if you're not sure. I'm really not feeling sure of something. Can you give me some time to think about it? If you don't know an answer, get strong again, coming back to that self-worth, back to that pride, back to that inner strength from your higher self. Owning your yeses, owning your nos, being unafraid to say what you truly feel and to really take charge of your decisions in your life. And then for the month of June, we're coming into the universal law of awareness. Well, everything I just spoke of speaks to awareness. Are you aware of your strengths, your perceived so-called weaknesses? Are you aware of how they help you? Are you aware of your soul and your soul's language? Are you aware of your contracts? Are you aware of what is you're here to do, what you're being called to do? Are you scared of it? Are you pushing it away? Do you feel imposter syndrome? Because there's a lot of us on the same path right now, or on a looks so similar, but we are still just us. We are still all uniquely us. We're still the unique snow prints. So it looks so similar, and so many beautiful empath starseeds that I know have imposter syndrome right now, but we're all doing it a bit differently. And you might get this reading and love this reading and resonate to it, and someone else might see it and like, I really resonate to that. That's why a lot of us are doing things so similarly, because we're meant to connect with who we connect with. So trust that for you. Trust that your destiny codes are in you. Like, we plant a rose seed, it knows it's a rose. We don't have to tell it anything. It doesn't need to think about it. It doesn't have stories like, I don't know if I'm meant to be a rose. Like, only humans do that. So remember that we also have those same codes in us, so seek them. Seek the highest parts of wisdom inside of you. Bring your awareness inside yourself, inside your depths. Ask your soul to guide you. Ask Creator to guide you. What am I missing? How can I do this better? How can I be more? How can I remove blocks to love? What stories aren't serving me? Bring awareness to where you need to weed your inner garden. And then think it through. Respond. Rewrite. Use your mind in service to your soul, in service to your spirit. Ask your heart and your soul and your higher self to guide your thinking. Surrender any stories that feel too much or bring too much angst or bring you like lack of confidence or chip at your self-esteem. It's our moon piece. And our okay, so this moon cycle. So this will go from the new moon in Gemini, which was a day ago here in the West. This will go all the way to the next new moon. So that's a calendar month, so June. So June is aligned with perfect alignment of the new moon in Gemini. And Gemini is a very social sign. It's very social, it's very confident. It's also feeding the two sides. So make sure you're feeding the side that gives you nourishment and light. Just because something feels good doesn't mean it's healthy for you. So try to choose from health. And the crystal that is going to help you with all of this right now is hematite. So hematite is a very grounding stone. It's a beautiful liquid silver. And it is just going to really help you anchor all the psychic, clairvoyant energies coming through you, because that's also another sign of Swan, is that you're going to have a lot of downloads, especially since there's only light in the south. So you're getting a lot of light codes coming through, a lot of energy that's helping evolutionary wise. It's been going on for a while, since 2014. We're literally being released from anything that is not serving us, that is blocking us from love. And we have so much help. Think of like Avatar in a movie when he plugs into the tree and then all the animals and all the life force starts helping. That's where we're at right now. All life force is like set to help us. The animals are calling, they feel the imbalance in nature, and they need us to come back to center, to come back to balance, to be our strongest, most loving, best versions of ourselves. And so just stay grounded in this as you come into alignment and reattunement with the law of awareness, and proper thinking, proper surrendering of the mind, using your mind in service to your spirit, using your ego in service to your spirit. That's also been another thing coming up in the June readings. Use hematite. I carry peace with it. I have a bracelet. You don't need a lot. Honestly, this stone, I always say, I think I said in quite a few with my clients, obviously, and I just started readings online, but you'll hear me say it lots. I like big stones. Like this is like the smallest that I tend to buy, and usually they're at least this size if they're not like giant chunks of rock, because I just love the earth. Hematite, you don't need that much. Like I have a tiny little diamond kind of shaped piece, and I don't have it out here, but it's very powerful. You do not need a lot of hematite. You can also get those hematite like towers where they're all like kind of magnetized. They stick together. Love those too, so fun. So hematite, and it is connected on this particular deck to Durga, and Durga is the protectress. She is the reliever of obstacles. She is the divine mother who will nourish you with everything that you need, tough love all the way to compassionate like hugs and affection. And her energy is fierce. She is the birthing mother of all the other attributes of femininity. She carries them all within her, and she's able to switch and move into any kind of expression that she needs to meet the moment. And she shows up with all the presence to everything that she does, all the presence and all the love and all the bravery and courage of her heart. And so if you want to call those energies in, that's another attribute of hematite. And hematite will also help you anchor and ground yourself into the physical expression of all those things I just talked about. So that's your stone for June. Beautiful. Let's see. So for your soul star and your earth star, I like to pull some more cards to just see what chakras need balancing. Soul star maybe needs some balancing or some healing to bring your alignment into even more attunement, even more powerful expression, to get you aligned with the current energies of this moon cycle, the current energies and lessons of the moon cycle. Think it through. Current energies and lessons of aligning back to the universal law of awareness. And then I also like to pull elements. So you know that I organize my readings by elements, and whether that's your sun sign or whether that's just a mastery piece, this is what I'm talking about when I say mastery piece. So your soul star and your earth star are seeking to help the universe and creator's plan to bring balance on the planet. So you naturally start to lean into an element more and more, depending on what cycle and what you're learning. So right now, to bring your soul star into more alignment, you would be well served by learning about the element of fire, fire magic, fire in itself in all of its expressions, energetic all the way to the physical. If you have a relationship with fire that isn't very good, like sometimes my friends are like, oh, I'm scared of fire, or maybe you had some past lives with fire that need to be balanced. That's coming up for some of you. So if you know, how do you know it's a past life thing? Well, if you've never had an incident with fire, but you're very, very scared of it, not anything that you could remember in childhood that explains why you're so scared of a certain element, that usually points to there's something to do with your past life. Many of us were burned in witch burnings, where our ancestors were, and those stay alive in ourselves. Humans, in their immature phases of life, their dark phases, they misused fire against people. So there is a lot of past lives that will contain fire. And so also the mastery of an element can also pertain, especially since it shows up this month with your soul star chakra, it can pertain to you making peace with that element as well. So that is a form of mastery, is forgiving it, learning to love it. I love fire personally. It's a very creative energy. It's a purifying energy. Even just working with energetic fires like the electric violet flame. There's, if you identify as a Sirian or Atlantean or Lemurian starseed, you're going to remember a lot of different light codes inherent in fire, and a lot of different flame types and the reasons that those flames heal, the guidance behind them. So really tapping into that, tuning into that, asking in meditation, asking your Akashic records to restore that knowledge to you. This month for June, I will be doing a past life attunement, so that should help you access some of that stuff. The chakra in your body that you need to bring into balance to better access your soul star, and then all of these are going to correspond together, of course, after, is your third eye chakra. So some of us have those past life clearings coming up that I just talked about, and our third eye needs to be cleaned. Our pineal gland needs to be decalcified, or it just needs to be reprogrammed, needs a little balancing. Maybe your sight's trying to open, and again, from past lives, especially if they were violent or traumatic, you might have closed your sight down. And so your sight is being called to open. And like I tell my clients, you can't just see rainbows and sunshine all the time. When your sight opens, you see it all. So that's where you have to, that's where you would want to foster a very, very, very strong relationship with Creator, so that you can call on Creator, you can call on Jesus, you can call on masters or angels or guides to help you. Jesus is the most powerful, honestly, with beyond Creator. Jesus is the gateway. So I always lean into Jesus. Jesus was one of the last humans on this earth to embody the same coding genetics of Creator and the unconditional love of Source. So that's why I would recommend Jesus. But there's entities, there's shadow beings, there's nature spirits that look super, super scary, that are the most loving beings ever. When you see them, if you're not sure and you have a bunch of superstitions in your head from your childhood programming or the programming of society, sometimes your third eye opening is hard, and maybe you want to get some guidance. Maybe you want to have lean into the support of a healer or a teacher that already knows. I definitely highly recommend that. But the benefits of opening your sight is far outweighing anything that could possibly ever scare you. If you just remember that nothing is more powerful than love, and literally let that be your prayer. Or if something comes to test you so that you close your eye back up, because that sometimes happens, shadow energies will come, entities will come and try to test you, so you close your sight back. They don't want you to reclaim your power. It's a lot of like push and pull right now between good and evil, or good, light and dark. So that does happen. The universe tests you when you reclaim a gift, when you reclaim an initiation point, because we went through many spiritual initiations in other lives that we are easily able to claim now. We did all the work in those other lives, so we could claim them now because we knew these times were coming. When you reclaim an initiation point, a power, a gift, an ability, you get tested from the universe. Are you going to have the courage and bravery to pass the test? Are you going to lean into love and Creator and remember who you are? Okay, so that's all called upon here in the soul star chakra alignment. So let's look at the earth star chakra alignment. So we have earth star, we have crown chakra, we have air. So to bring your earth star chakra into balance, we need to start to master air. Air is the mental ability. Air is the prana life force that feels fire, feels creativity, it feels everything. And your mind, we've been taught that the mind's the most important thing. Affirmations, watch the way you think, all of that. And it is. It's the steering wheel. It's the visualizer, but it is not the most important thing. The most important thing is energetics. It's your soul. Everything manifests on energy layers first, and then it moves down. It moves down through the mind. It moves down through the emotions. And then once it hits the body as an illness, it's gone through all those layers first. So energy is the most important layer, soul, spirit, your dream body, whatever you want to call it, the light, your golden light body, that is the most important layer. That's why I keep inviting you to create that relationship back with Creator. And remember, Creator to me is love. We came from love. Look at all the horrible things going on in this planet. If our Creator was vengeful, we would have just been wiped out. We have wars and violence and trafficking and famine and greed at massive levels on this planet. And if our Creator wasn't loving, we would just be not here. So just remember that we came from love. Okay, Creator is love. Keep it simple. Let go of all the dogma, all the fear, all the arguments over definitions. Creator is love. And air helps you master that. Air helps you come through the ethers. Think about it. Air is everywhere. It's just like water. It permeates everything. And it bridges the gap between spirit and physical. And so as you master air, you can bring down more of that light, more of that energy and that frequency of Creator, which is love, which is unconditional love, that needs to be anchored on this planet, and you can bring it into the physical. You can do that through your breath. You can do that through your movement. When you move so that your energy is moving with your physical body. Okay, such a beautiful lesson and card. You can look up books on air magic if you feel comfortable. It's just a really good place to start and to get to know. And don't get stuck too much on rules and things people say, like they're like, this is how air magic is. Okay, take what you believe, take it through your own filters, and then use it that way. As humans, we have this propensity to resist change and want to be in all these hard structures, because it's also the programming that we've been conditioned to for a long time. But everything's fluid. And we're supposed to reclaim the things that have been corrupted, and everyone's taking it through their own filters, and we're supposed to use it maybe a little bit differently as it reaches each of us, and then also the same. So honor your teachers, of course, don't disrespect them. But if something's really not resonating to you, a way, a method, a situation, a teaching, take it through your own filter and use it how you're feeling guided, okay? Again, you know that you're in divinity, you know that you're in love if you're never hurting yourself or another. Because anything divine will never ask you to do that. Like all that stuff about sacrificing, that's misguided, corrupted human programming. Sacrificing, you're just supposed to sacrifice your negative thoughts. You're supposed to sacrifice your negative energy. You're supposed to give your love on the altars of things, okay? We're not supposed to hurt each other. That's just a corrupted human, something that kind of corrupted in the Dark Ages. And in the wounding of humans hurting other humans. Okay, so Earth Star Chakra balancing is the crown chakra. And see how they all end up just kind of working together. I love that. Air feels fire, and air is prana, life force energy that connects you back to soul, that comes through the third eye, that comes through all the chakras and comes through the crown. And all those light codes are coming in from the south. Your divine perception is opening, comes back to the third eye, and magic is happening. But magic is divinity. Magic is your connection to Creator. Magic is your ability to wield energy to heal things, to bring love back to this planet, to bridge the spiritual to the physical. And so all of this is coming through your crown, all of this knowledge, we're getting all of these downloads. If you want to integrate them, you can ask for help from Mother Mary. You can ask for help from any of your guides. You can ask for help from Creator. And if you feel overwhelmed, you can also ask to slow it down. You can also ask for a break. You can also ask for a rest. If you find your astro traveling a lot at night, that's what's going on. Your crown energies are trying to get down to your earth chakra, so make sure you're rooted from earth to crown. Beautiful. June energies. Okay, so let's see what dragon magic energy we have going on for us in June. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so dragon magic, rose pink dragon. That's so lovely. Let's see. prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of cosmic heart. So just bringing in love. So see how this dragon magic energy, so a rose pink dragon is an air dragon. She blows out light codes of pink. And sparkling diamond bright white light to help you connect to your cosmic heart. She helps you really, what does it say here? Open your heart to warm hearted love and diamond light, connect with the love of the universe. So that is what this dragon magic is doing. It is sent down to bring you back into love. And that brings you into awareness. That brings you into pride. That brings you into abundance. That brings you into spiritual connection with your higher self. That is magic of creator, and that awakens a divine perception. Creator only sees love. Creator only sustains love is a better way to say it. Okay? Down here in this polarity with the free will we've been given, we created some pain. We created some mistakes. The archangel that's with us right now is Archangel Gabriel. So creative writing, we kind of already talked about that, doing like a nice life review, what needs to be weeded, strengths and weaknesses, how can those weaknesses help, how can those serve, and Archangel Gabriel is helping you. And how can you connect some of this energy back to earth? How can you connect to the earth to bring all of these things we've talked about today in alignment? Spend time in meadow, spend time with grass, spend time with flowers, spend time just soaking in nature and being in the peace of nature and being in the wind, being in the sunshine. Okay? If you can find a beautiful meadow near you, just spend some time there. Do some meditations there. Sit there and journal and just connect. Archangel Gabriel is also the angel of communication. She actually shows up, she or he can show up either way. Angels are non-binary like that, and yeah, it's just creator, your guides, your angels, they show up however that you need. But it is really good for you to get writing. Write out the things you need to get rid of that are not serving you, that are holding you back, and write out soul writing. Okay, quick Starseed check-in. What does Starseeds need to know right now? What are they challenged by, and how can they overcome it? Alright, so this is your June collective check-in. What is the collective learning, struggling with? So we already talked about the four corners, the laws, dragon magic. But if you want to take this a little deeper, surrendering your will, micromanaging the universe. What is one of the stories that I used to love hearing was like, you wouldn't run to the kitchen, you wouldn't order food and then keep running to the kitchen and check on your food. Is it ready yet? Are you doing it right? Did you cook the steak the way I want? So don't do that to the universe. Get clear about what you want, write it down, and then trust it's coming. And even when in your clarity of writing down something that you want, surrender it, this or something better. Write down the feeling that you want to have behind the actual idea of like, if these things happen this certain way, I will be so happy, you know, because of this. Let that go. It's like, if I got the feeling on the other side, if I was abundant, if I was wealthy, if I was financially stable, if I was found my partner in love, or if I had love by choosing myself, how it shows up, just let all of that go. What you think it should look like, let it go. Okay? And surrender your will. Surrender your will to love. Surrender your will to a higher power, and make the call to prayer of, show me how I can create the happiest life experience for myself. I'm open to seeing it a different way. Okay, so that's breath of the cosmos. The courage of the peony. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. So we did talk about this in some of the other four corners. Durga's energy is like this too. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself, like, Remember we talked about this month in June. Let yourself say your yeses, say your nos, speak your truth, but do it with love, do it with kindness, do it with fierceness and strength, but do it with warmth, and don't over explain yourself. Just let yourself be seen. Let yourself show up how you are, and you can fine tune that expression. Sometimes when we haven't allowed ourselves to be authentic for a long time, it is like a pendulum swing and we're just like, no, instead of no. So at first it can be like that, but allow yourself to keep expressing. Don't be too hard on yourself if you make those kinds of errors. That's how we learn. And just keep fine tuning it until your warmth and your love and your true nature, which shows your confidence and your belief in yourself, just balances it. And that you could just say no, or no thank you. Express yourself how you want, do your hair how you want, dress how you want. I mean, within work parameters, we have to make a living, and often they have dress codes, but you can add your favorite color into that. You can do your makeup a little more expressive to that. You could put flowers in your hair. There's ways to still integrate your personality into the structures that we find ourselves confined by, or that we have to live to survive right now. That is part of us being a starseed and making the path and forging the way and inspiring others to do the same. So embrace that. Embrace your authenticity. How can you express it even in subtle, tiny ways? How can you make things more fun? How can you connect other people? Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be held. Let yourself just be with other people. And avoid the naysayers. Don't even listen to them. Don't take their bullets and laugh. You know who you are. You decide who you are. The person that you are has nothing to do with what other people tell you are. They're just in their own world, talking from their own experience, their own limitations, their own fears, their own projections. So just avoid the negativity, throw it away, ignore it, brush it off. Don't take it personally. And then the C's of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to the light. So there is only light. Coming back to that south corner, bring what is unconscious to light. We talked about this. Weed your subconscious. Weed and let go of anything that is not serving you. All those old stories, let them go. You don't know what to do with them. They seem overwhelming. Surrender them to Creator. But anything that's been holding you back, this is the energy to move it, to shift it, to transmute it. And some of you are already doing that and you're on the verge, and this is going to help you so much. And some of you are just starting, and that's okay, because you have all this big, powerful waves of energy coming in to help you. But do it. Don't avoid it. It's so easy to avoid it, especially if you feel ashamed or guilty or sad or working through something that feels like grief. We're in a Phoenix season, so some of us are there. You'll see it in my other reading. That's okay, but just bring it to the light. Tell Creator, like, my heart hurts. I'm in pain. I'm tired. I've been doing all the right things and I feel like I'm spinning my wheels and I'm still stuck here. Help me. Partner with Creator. Be clear. Be honest. Reveal your heart. Reveal yourself. Ask for help. It'll come. And now, to close this reading, I just pulled this card, the fourth ray of harmony. Okay, it's the fourth ray of harmony. Let's see here. This is from Alana Fairchild's Lightworker Oracle deck, so this is just going to bring us even more into balance. And the book says, the fourth ray of harmony comes to you now with the qualities of beauty, harmony, and balance. It empowers you to complete a spiritual initiation. Any conflict you experience now serves your divine purpose. It will eventually become the fuel you need to be born anew. Something negative will be transformed into something positive. The Archangel Gabriel, so here she comes again. Oh, I see her as a girl, but you might see her as a boy. Helps you to receive this blessing of the fourth ray of harmony now. So that is so beautiful. What a nice little blessing for us. And I'm just going to speak the prayer over us. So if you just close down your eyes, take a nice deep breath from your spine all the way to your crown. Let your belly rise on the inhale and fill up. and expand, and then exhale, your belly's going to hug in. Just take a few more cleansing breaths. And start to call all your energy home to your heart, to your navel. Maybe you want to do a quick rooting and let your tendrils of light, just feel them all around your body as they're coming home to you. And just start to grow them down through your feet. Grow them into the earth. Grow them all the way down to plug into your Earth Star chakra. Your Earth Star chakra is also connected to the center of the earth, to the love that the earth has for us. And then start to breathe up that connection, the light codes that come from your tendrils plugging into your Earth Star, how they feed each other, how they enliven each other through their love, through their camaraderie. And bring that energy up through your heart, and then up through the crown, attaching to more tendrils of yourself and growing and connecting into your soul star chakra. Breathing nice and deep through the spine as you do this. And now call your energy field 5 to 10 feet within you. And contain your field. Give yourself some structure, some sanctuary. Maybe you see crystal around it, quartz crystal all around it, making a beautiful, internally penetrable field for you, and within which to have sanctuary and to only invite in energies that you choose to. I choose to only invite in unconditional love to my field. Maybe you want to do the same. And just breathe into this full rooting, Earth Star to Soul Star, and feel the activation. Feel Creator's light pouring in through this connection down through your crown, filling this up. And we're going to activate the fourth ray of harmony. So leaving a sliver of awareness into your field, letting all of this happen for you. It already knows how to do it. You just have to start the process. And we'll bring in the fourth ray of harmony. Repeating after me if you feel willing to do so. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the fourth ray of harmony. I call upon the grace and assistance of the universe and Archangel Gabriel to help me find balance, wisdom, and creative approaches in all areas of my life. Ask for unconditionally loving assistance to outgrow problems in my life. Ask for divine mercy, compassion, and tenderness to help me grow into all that I am divinely destined to be. May the art and beauty within me find authentic expression in the world. May I be held from within and grounded in my center as I approach the portal of initiation. May the unconditionally loving masters and angels that serve on this divine ray of light bring it to the hearts of all beings for the greatest good. Through divine mercy and grace, so be it. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, Creator, for blessing us, blessing all of our relationships, our projects, our loved ones, and our path forward. Thank you for coming into our hearts and filling it with love, compassion, maturity, divine perception. May we see with our hearts and listen with our spirits. May we listen with our spirits and see with our hearts. May we understand all the wisdom and guidance that you empower us with. May we remember our true self, our divine nature, and our divine identity, and may we reclaim our birthright and our divine inherent worth, our natural state of abundance, of peace, of love, and of joy. And may all beings know peace, love, and joy, and full faith. Amen. And so it is, so it is, and so it is. Thank you for joining me in this reading today, and I will see you in the next one. If you liked this video, please subscribe, click the link below,